Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1998 Opel Vectra i500 2.5 V6. Now, you may be curious, what is an Opel Vectra i500? I don't remember this car from GT2. Well, I'll tell you. In the GT2 Plus mod, the Opel Vectra GSI is replaced with this i500 because the Opel Vectra GSI isn't a real car. I didn't know this, which I guess means that all of the Opels in this game are actually based on the Vauxhall equivalents, which is interesting. Something that I had suspected before, but yeah, that means, yeah, they're all technically Vauxhalls, because you can sort of see as well, on the back of this, there's sort of a long written word with Vectra, whereas obviously Opel's very sort of short, Vauxhall is a lot longer of a word, so yeah, but no, the GSI didn't exist. So, PES2K added the Vectra i500, which I think is infinitely more interesting. So this is an IMSA model, I believe, of the 2.5 V6 Vectra. Obviously, sort of very similar looking. You got that sort of cool body kit. So it comes with some really nice wheels, these sort of BBS looking wheels, which I do think look fantastic. Dare I say it, I'm not a Vectra person, I'm not a Vauxhall person. As you know, it's my least favourite car brand, and I hate the Vectra. But this is quite a good looking bit of kit, really, isn't it? With the sort of, again, the body kit and the wheels, it does look quite cool. This is easily my favourite generation of the Vectra. Easily the best Vectra, because the one that came after this was complete trash. And I think the facelift, now that I'm sort of older, looks a little bit weird, but this one, the original, this kit, it does look quite cool, dare I say it. So other than the fact that this isn't a GSI, it is entirely, other than that, identical to the Vauxhall Vectra GSI, which we have had go around the course, and it was begrudgingly fast. So, be interested to see if this can follow. Obviously no racing modification on this one, because I wanted to preserve the cool i500 look, and obviously, unfortunately, I think, if the race mod had i500 written on it, I might use it, or if it's a different one, but it is just sort of BTCC livery in a different colour. Admittedly, it comes in green, which I think is better than the Vauxhall version that comes in like a sort of tainted blue. Obviously, we used the classic red, so yeah. Anyways, front engine, front wheel drive, 326 horsepower, 1,227 kilos. Pretty good statistics for one of these sort of front-wheel drive touring car-esque sedans. To find out how the Opel Vectra i500 gets along, it is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Suzuki Cultus Pikes Peak version, which had a time of 26.540. Of course, the Opel Vectra i500 is not going to be beating that. In terms of where this is going to go, the Voki Vectra in it sits with a 30.486, slightly quicker than a Civic Ferio. So that's where that sits. I'm suspecting, because this hasn't got race mod, it is front wheel drive. This is kind of powerful for a front wheel drive car. I'm going to say this is going to be about 0.2 slower than that, I think, but I'm not too sure. I think I really outdrove that Vectra as well, to be honest with you, to get it into a really good spot. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how we do here. That second lap was all sorts of bad. Other cars that sort of compete with this, Ford Mondeo 30.8, Nissan Primera Wagon 30.8, Renault Laguna 30.6. Yeah, these sort of, again, the touring car saloons, it appears the Vectra is the one, which isn't too surprising. Obviously, that's not counting the Audi A4, which is significantly quicker than it because it's four-wheel drive, which is sort of how it was in real life as well, to be fair, until they, like, nerfed it. And it was front-wheel drive for a year as well, and then it left, which was interesting. But no. The Vectra is pretty good. I mean, to drive, yeah, it's good. It is a decent enough handling front-wheel drive car with a good turn of speed. That's just set at 30.350, and everything I said previously is completely irrelevant. Jesus Christ. What is it with Opels in this track, and Vauxhalls as well? You know, this still isn't the quickest Vauxhall, apart from, like, obviously the ice race cars and stuff. The quickest Vauxhall is still that Astra, which was, like, dangerously close to getting into the under 30 club. So, yeah, I hate saying this because it makes every part of my body hurt. But you really shouldn't sleep on the Opels and the Vauxhalls, because as it turns out, they're pretty bloody good. They really are pretty bloody good. Oh, man. This is... wow, I've just had a quick glance over to the leaderboard, because this lap was kind of boo-boo. And I've just seen some of the stuff this has beaten. Yeah, I'll take my L. Again, admittedly, out of all of the Opels in this game, this one is easily my favourite, so I'll take that as a bit of solace. Also, this is the last Opel we ever have to drive, so no Opel, apart from the race cars, got into the under 30 club, so we can laugh about that over some coffee. But, yeah. Wow, that is one of the first times I think I've ever done that. So, Sector 2, this car is so good. I set identical Sector 2 times in it. Yeah, I have no words for that. It's just good. It is just an honestly good car to drive. It really is, which is really painful to say, but through gritted teeth, I add. Yeah, good car. A 30.350 will place the Opel Vectra i500 into 197th. Goes in between the BMW 323 Ti Compact and the BMW 528i. It beats that, it beats the Mitsubishi FTO GPX, beats the Audi A3, beats the Toyota Altezza 280T, beats the Civic Ferio EK. It's quicker than a Ford Puma and a Lotus Esprit and a Toyota Supra RZ. Yeah, I mean, where else was it going to go? It is slower than a Fiat Punto, which I will take solace in. And the Audi A4 is still the quickest of the sort of touring cars, but yeah, that got dangerously close to the A4. It's just, it is a good car to drive, that. There's no beating around the bush. It's just super consistent. You know what it's going to do. It is the best drive, I think, because it's perhaps lighter, because it's not very well built, compared to the other sort of touring car saloons. It does better in that regard. I should also point out that means it is also quicker than the Accord SIR, which I believe was the quickest of the front-wheel drive touring car derived saloons. So there you go. Fortunately, we've got one more Accord and no more Vectras, so it ain't getting any better than this. So thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.